This man has proven that death can be cancelled by words. 1 month before the Nobel Prize, he died. Coincidence? Why do people who eat right, exercise, and take vitamins still age, get cancer, diabetes, and die in pain? Why are doctors powerless and medicines ineffective? Pyotr Gariaev, Doctor of Biological Sciences, Nobel Prize candidate, has revealed the secret. Death, that is an error in the program, which you create yourself with each of your words. How can this happen? What did he learn? Who benefits from hiding this? Right now you will know 5 shocking discoveries of Pyotr Gariaev. The 5th revelation will overturn your conception of life, death, and the nature of reality. Pyotr Gariaev was born in 1,942 inches, an ordinary Soviet family. No one could have predicted that this boy one day would challenge the entire world medicine. He became a doctor of biological sciences, an academician of the Russian Academy of Natural Sciences. But the path to recognition was full of thorns. Mainstream science declared his works pseudoscience. Colleagues mocked. The media accused him of being a charlatan. In 1985, Gariaev began experiments that changed everything. He approached DNA not as a dead chemical formula, but as a living system, capable of receiving and transmitting information. While other scientists cut molecules with scalpels, Gariaev listened to their music. He discovered that DNA emits waves, like radio signals. These waves carry information about health, disease, and even lifespan. In the 2000s, a breakthrough occurred. Gariaev proved that DNA reacts to human speech as strongly as to radiation or chemicals. This was a shock to the scientific world. Representatives of traditional medicine refused to publish his articles, saying, "This is impossible. This contradicts the laws of physics." But the results of the experiments could not be refuted. In 2020, the unbelievable happened. Gariaev was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. The information spread in narrow scientific circles. There was no official confirmation, but the scientists' supporters prepared for victory. On November 17, Pyotr Gariaev died suddenly. At the age of 78, while just a week before he was completely healthy, relatives spoke of a myocardial infarction. Doctors confirmed, but questions remain. How did a person who studied the nature of life and death for 40 years die so suddenly? Why exactly 1 month before the main award? Who benefits from silencing him? What exactly did he discover that threatens the trillion-dollar business of pharmaceutical corporations? Before his death, Gariaev managed to pass on to his students something important: information about 5 main discoveries. Information that can change the life of every person who hears it. Today you will know these secrets, but first is the truth that makes your hair stand on end. But the most shocking is not this. Next is the discovery that modern science still cannot explain. Gariaev's first discovery relates to an experiment that sounds like science fiction. The scientist took a sample of human DNA and placed it in a sealed chamber. Special devices recorded the weak electromagnetic radiation emitted from the molecule. This is normal. Any living tissue emits energy. So far, everything fits the laws of physics. Then, Gariaev completely removed the DNA from the chamber, cleaned it to the last molecule, checked 10 times. According to all natural laws, the radiation should stop immediately. The source disappeared. The signal should disappear. Iron logic. But nature mocks logic. The devices continued to record radiation. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, week, month. For 40 days continuously, the detectors captured waves from the empty chamber. Gariaev called this phenomenon the DNA phantom. Trace, imprint, hologram in space. The molecules disappeared, but the information remained. Like music continuing to play in your head after turning off the radio. The scientist repeated the experiment hundreds of times, changed equipment, invited independent experts. The result did not change. The phantom exists. Information turned out to be stronger than matter. This is a blow to all materialistic science. If the trace remains after the destruction of the carrier, it means information exists independently of the physical world. Gariaev drew a revolutionary conclusion. Your cells leave wave imprints in space. Each DNA molecule creates an invisible copy of itself. This copy lives its own life even after the death of the cell. Imagine, when you die, your body decomposes, but the wave copy remains. It continues to exist in space, like radio waves that cannot be seen, but can be caught on a receiver. The scientist posed the question, if cells leave phantoms, then what happens to consciousness, to thoughts, memories, your personality? Don't they also leave traces after the death of the body? This question led Gariaev to the second discovery. And here begins the real detective story. This is only the first discovery, but it already blew up the brain. Next is even stronger, because it will talk about how your words kill or heal at the molecular level. Gariaev's second discovery became a bomb, even for his supporters. The scientist conducted a series of experiments, proving the unbelievable. DNA understands human speech, not just reacts to sound, but exactly understands the meaning of words. Like a computer understands a programmer's commands. Gariaev took samples of healthy human DNA, placed them under a microscope, and began to impact them with sound waves. He used a special laser, modulated by human speech. The laser transmitted acoustic information directly into the molecular structure. The first experiment, cursing and swearing. Gariaev pronounced the most vulgar words, the most evil words he knew. Through the microscope, a horrifying scene was observed. The chromosomes began to distort, twist, break. The damages increased every second. The scientists stopped the experiment and conducted measurements. The results stunned. The DNA damages corresponded to the impact of radiation with a power of 30. Null Röntgens. For comparison, the lethal radiation dose for humans is 400 Röntgens. One curse causes harm, 75 times greater than the lethal radiation dose. This is not a metaphor. This is physical reality measured by devices. Then, Gariaev conducted the reverse experiment, took damaged DNA samples, the very ones destroyed by curses, began to impact them with prayers and good words. He read Orthodox prayers, Buddhist mantras, simply spoke good wishes, pronounced words sincerely, with deep emotion. And a miracle happened. The broken chromosomes began to reconnect. The damaged parts were restored. The process happened before our eyes. The stronger the emotional coloring of the words, the faster the healing process. Sincere prayer works faster than mechanical repetition. Love heals more effectively than indifference. Gariaev realized that each of your words programs your body. This is not psychology, not autosuggestion, not placebo effect. This is the direct physical impact of sound waves on the molecular structure. When a mother yells at her children, she destroys their DNA. When a person says to himself, "I am sick, I am old, I am dying," he really kills his cells from the inside. But the reverse also works. When speaking good words to yourself or others, you start the healing process. Prayer, not a call to heaven, but wave therapy, restoring the genetic code. Each good word is medicine. Each curse is poison, and your body hears every single one of them. Just imagine how many times a day you mentally or out loud pronounce destructive phrases. "I am tired. My head hurts. This is unbearable. I can't stand it." Each such phrase is a blow to your DNA, a blow with the power of 30. Null Röntgens. And now multiply by the number of days, months, years. This is the source of those diseases that doctors call unexplained. But this is still flowers. The next discovery explains why some people live to 100 and remain healthy, while others die at 50 from incurable diseases. The third discovery relates to what Gariaev called the unified information field of the Earth. This sounds like mysticism, but the scientist proved it with mathematics and experiments. All information about every living being on the planet is stored in the unified field, an invisible giant library where the history of every cell, every organism, every person who ever lived is recorded. Gariaev conducted an experiment with plants, took a young, healthy wheat plant, recorded its DNA wave characteristics on a special carrier, then took an old dying plant, already almost withered, yellow leaves, drooping stem, rotting roots. By all signs, in a few days the plant would die. The scientist began to irradiate the dying plant with the wave information recording from the young plant. The result appeared after 24 hours. The old plant began to revive. New green leaves appeared. The stem straightened. The roots became strong. After a week, it was hard to believe that this was the same dying plant. It looked young, fresh, full of life. But where did the plant get the information for recovery? Gariaev realized that it read from the information field. The recording is just a key, opening the door to a huge data bank, like a password opening a library. The scientist took the next step, conducted a similar experiment with animals. Rats with diabetes received irradiation with wave information from healthy rats. Their pancreas began to function. Blood sugar levels dropped to normal. No insulin, no drugs, no diet, just wave information. Blind rats with destroyed retinas received irradiation with information from sighted rats. After a month, they began to see, the retina restored from nothing. Cells read the healthy program from the information field and restructure according to that program. Gariaev came to a revolutionary conclusion. We are all connected to the unified field. Each of your thoughts, each word, each emotion creates waves in this ocean of information. When you are angry, hate, envy, you pollute the field around you. This affects the health of everyone nearby, especially children, because their connection to the field is stronger. When you experience love, joy, gratitude, you clean the space. Your state affects those around you from afar. That is why prayer for others works. Even if he is on the other side of the planet, the wave enters the information field and reaches the recipient. Because distance in the field does not exist. There are no meters and kilometers, only connections. This explains phenomena that science calls mystical. Why does a mother feel when something bad happens to her child, even thousands of kilometers away? Because they are connected through the information field. Why do twins feel each other's pain? Why do people foresee events in dreams? All is reading information from the unified field. It seems clear now, but next begins the scariest thing. The fourth discovery explains why the scientist was so feared. Gariaev did not stop at theory. He created real technology for healing through wave matrices. Technology that threatens the very existence of the pharmaceutical industry, an industry that earns $4 trillion a year. The essence of the method is simple. Take healthy DNA from a young body to record its wave characteristics. Then irradiate the patient's sick cells with this information. Cells read the healthy program and begin to recover without chemicals, without surgery, without side effects. In 2005, Gariaev conducted an officially registered experiment. Took a group of rats with severe diabetes. Their pancreas almost did not produce insulin. By human standards, this is the final stage of the disease. Without treatment, the rats should die in 2 to 3 weeks. The scientist irradiated them with the wave matrix of a healthy pancreas from young rats. The sessions lasted 20 minutes 3 times a week. After 10 days, sugar levels began to decrease. After 3 weeks, they reached normal. The rats completely recovered from diabetes. Their pancreas restored insulin production function. The next experiment was even more impressive. Gariaev took a group of blind rats. Their retinas were completely destroyed due to a genetic defect. Incurable blindness. Modern medicine can only slow the process, but not restore vision. Retina transplantation is technically impossible. The scientist began to irradiate the rats' eyes with wave information from healthy retinas. The process was slow. The first changes appeared after 2 weeks. The rats began to react to light. After a month, they distinguished objects. After 2 months, vision was completely restored. The blind rats saw as well as healthy ones. There is unofficial data on healing people. Cancer patients whom doctors gave 1 month to live underwent a course of Gariaev's wave therapy. Tumors decreased in size, and in some cases disappeared completely. The documents are not confirmed, because mainstream medicine refuses to recognize the method, but testimonies from the patients themselves exist. Now it is clear why this is dangerous. If people can cure cancer, diabetes, blindness with sound and light, then why need chemotherapy for hundreds of thousands of dollars? Why need lifelong insulin injections? Why need the most complex eye surgeries? Pharmaceutical corporations lose a $4 trillion market. This is not business. This is an empire. And this empire protects itself. Gariaev was not published in scientific journals. His inventions were not patented. The media declared him a charlatan. And when that was not enough, 1 month before the Nobel nomination, he suddenly died. Infarction, at 78, a person who knew how to prevent any disease. And now, pay attention. Next, the most important revelation, the one for which you watched this video to the end. The information that Gariaev passed to his students before death. The fifth and most shocking discovery relates to the nature of death. Gariaev claimed, death in the usual sense does not exist. What we call death is just an error in the program, an error in the code, which we ourselves record into our body from the moment of birth. Imagine your body as a radio receiver. Complex, perfect, but still a receiver. It catches signals from the information field and transforms them into life. While the receiver works, you live. When it breaks, you die. But the question is, what happens to the signal itself, to the waves that the receiver catches? Gariaev answers, the signal does not disappear anywhere. Radio waves continue to exist, even if the receiver breaks. Similarly, your consciousness continues to exist, even if the body dies. It remains in the information field, like the DNA phantom, emitting waves 40 days after the destruction of the molecule. But where does the error come from? Why does the receiver break? Gariaev conducted dozens of experiments and came to an unbelievable conclusion. We program our own death. Every time you say, I am aging, you record the aging program into your DNA. When you say, I am sick, you record the disease program. When you think, I will die, you create the death program. This is not a metaphor. This is a physical process. Your words create sound waves. This wave impacts DNA. DNA changes structure according to the received information. If the information is destructive, DNA is destroyed. If healing, DNA is restored. Gariaev claimed, fear of death is the most powerful destructive program. People fear death. The emotion of fear creates giant waves in the information field. The wave is recorded into DNA. Cells begin to prepare for death. Start the aging process. The body dies gradually because it is programmed for that. But if you change the program, you can change the result. Gariaev proved people who do not fear death live longer, not because they are brave, but because in their DNA there is no fear program. Their cells do not receive a signal about the need to die. The scientists studied centenarians around the world, those who lived to 100, 110 to 150 years. What unites them? Not diet, not sports, not medicines. They are united in their attitude to death. They do not fear it. Consider it a natural transition to another state. Gariaev recorded this in his last work. We are immortal, while our melody sounds in the information field. The death of the body is not the end of you as a personality. This is a transition from one form of existence to another, from material to wave, from visible to invisible. But information about you remains forever. That is why the phenomenon of reincarnation exists. Children remember past lives. They do not make it up. They read information from the field, where memories of everyone who ever lived are stored. Your words, actions, thoughts are recorded in this field. They affect others, future generations, the very structure of reality. Before death, Gariaev said to his students, "If they kill me, it changes nothing. The information is already in the field. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be accepted or rejected." A week later he died, but his words remain, his discoveries remain. And now you know what he knew. Enough theory. Move to practice. Here are specific steps that can be applied right today to reprogram your reality. First rule: immediately remove from speech destructive phrases. I am tired. I am sick. I am aging. I can't do anything. I can't stand it. Each such phrase is a command to your DNA to destroy. Replace them with constructive ones. I am full of energy. My body is healthy. I get younger every day. I can do everything. I can stand everything. Second rule: speak good words to yourself out loud. Every day, stand in front of the mirror in the morning. Look into your eyes. Say, I love you. You are wonderful. You are healthy. You are strong. This is not autosuggestion. This is direct reprogramming of the genetic code through sound waves. Third rule: use prayer or affirmations with deep emotion. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. What matters is sincerity and emotional strength. Prayer is focused, healing wave. It enters the information field and returns to you amplified thousands of times. Fourth rule: completely remove from life curses and swearing, especially directed at yourself and loved ones. Remember the number 30. 000 rundgens. Each vulgar word hits your cells like that. This is not exaggeration. This is scientifically measured truth. Fifth rule: stop fearing death. Understand that you are immortal. Your consciousness does not disappear when the body dies. It will transfer to the information field and stay there forever. Fear of death is the most destructive program. Remove it and you will live much longer. What music is playing inside you right now? The requiem of death or the song of life? Gariaev proved, you choose your melody yourself. With each word, each thought, each emotion, you write the code of your reality. Try these rules for a week, just 7 days, and you will feel the difference in your body, in your state, in your life. And in the next video, I will tell about other scientists who were forced to silence because of the truth.